So originally, I was not going to make a video talking about Valorant Crosshairs, but since so many people have asked on my previous uploads, I figured it was kind of time to do it. Now, there are a few things I want to say before we get into anything in this video, and that is, for one, having a good crosshair is not going to magically give you aimbot. You're going to need to work on your aim yourself, but having a good crosshair can definitely help you improve your aim. For two, I am going to be showing you guys a lot of crosshairs in today's video, including the one that I predominantly use. Now, I just want to say that the one I use is the best for me, but it may not be the best for you, and I would highly recommend testing everything out before you settle on one option. And finally, for three, just do not get in your own head about finding the perfect crosshair, because at the end of the day, it does not matter as much as you probably think it does. So the first crosshair that I have for today's video is my main. This is going to be the cyan dots, or whatever color dot you want to make it. This one is probably the most simple crosshair in the entire game, but it really is just that good for that reason. It's very simple, it's very easy to see your target. For this one, all you have to do is put your outline opacity to 100%, outline thickness to 1, center dot thickness to 2, and then everything else off. The reason I personally like this crosshair so much is the cyan color makes it show up on pretty much any background or enemy very, very easily, so it's easy to see. And also, it being so small is very good, especially when targets are far away, so you know exactly where your bullet's going. That is one thing I found with, reticles that are slightly bigger. Sometimes, your bullet, you might think you're on target, but since your crosshair is so big, you might actually be whiffing. Also, I'm not too sure why, but having a dot reticle just gives me like a massive buff to my flicks. Not really sure why it is, but I mean, it's just kind of built that way. Moving on to the next crosshair, we have the Shuriken or the Cheez-It, whatever you really want to call this one. This one is also very simple. You're just going to copy down these right here, show inner lines, 1 for 1, and then all of these settings as well. And then that is going to give you the Cheez-It reticle. I mean, if you really want to make it look like Cheez-It, you could also change this to like red, I guess, or like yellow. And for some reason, this reticle right here, I don't know why, but it is very, very good. For whatever reason, it doesn't look like it would be good, but it's like nice and simple, and it has that like gap in the middle. So like, even if you are far away, you can still kind of see your targets. And I would definitely recommend this reticle for like anybody who likes something that's a little bit bigger than that center dot I was just showing. Moving on to the next one though, this one's going to seem a little bit troll at first, but it is the black box. Here's how you make it right here. Very, very simple. You're just going to go with 2 outline thickness, 4 center dot thickness, 0 center dot opacity, and then you're going to turn everything else off, and then boom, you get this in game. Like I said, boys, I know it looks pretty troll at first, but once you actually start using it, you're going to wonder how you're landing so many shots with a literal box on your screen, because you guys know me, had to miss a few shots right there because I'm humble like that. Had to show you guys that, the crosshair, it's not always going to be aimbot, it was definitely intentional. Anyways, though, moving on to the next crosshair, we have another very simple one. I like to call this one the plus sign. This one right here, very simple to make. You guys just have to copy everything down right here. And then how this one looks in game is, for whatever reason on this wall, it looks like shit. I don't know why, but it usually looks like this. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if it's just like the lighting there or what, but usually looks significantly better than that. What I find to be really good about this reticle is, for whatever reason, the sprays with, Phantom or Vandal, they just seem to be so much more consistent, but like the flicks are a little bit worse. I don't really know how to explain it. Maybe it's just placebo, but for some reason the dot just feels more precise. Needless to say though, this reticle is still very, very good, especially if you like, things that are a little bit big.
What do you mean by that?
If you like crosshairs that are a little bit bigger than, the small center dot. I'm gonna get cooked for that one. Moving on to the next crosshair though, I'm gonna skip over this one because it's kind of troll. We have another kind of a plus sign Shuriken combination looking thing. This one is honestly one of my favorites. I recently started using it, and here's how you set this one up. A little bit more complicated to make, but in game, this one honestly looks really, really good. This one's kind of like, It's for those people who like to use crosshairs that are like a little bit bigger, but still give you like a lot of, good visibility, in the middle of it. You can also turn outline on for this one if you want to make it look a little bit different, but I feel like for whatever reason, outline on this crosshair specifically, just like, it makes it look like really, really bad. I don't know what it is. Overall though, this is definitely one of my favorites, but I am more of, somebody who likes to use a little bit smaller of crosshairs. Moving on from there though, we are down to the last 2 crosshairs of the video. The second to last one is going to be the infamous Tic Tac Toe crosshair. This is how you make it right here, and honestly, the Tic Tac Toe one is kind of like the box reticle in a way. Like, it looks so troll at first, but for whatever reason, like I promise you guys, you will hit shots with this thing. Like, it makes no sense, but it's like kind of like a Walmart's, I was gonna say Walmart aimbot, but that's pushing it. It is just a very, very interesting crosshair that for whatever reason works. The only real downside to this one is if you are super far away and you aren't ADSing, it is a little bit hard to see your targets, but I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world since this reticle does have like a pretty big opening in the middle, and you can make some, slight adjustments to, fine tune it to however you like. Moving on from there though, the final crosshair I have for today's video is going to be what I like to call the 4 dots or the dot plus sign, however you want to call it. I mean, you could even call this one the diamond. That's probably the best name. But this one right here, here's how you make it. 1 outline thickness right there, and then all of these settings. This crosshair in game, I don't know why more people don't use it because it feels very, very good. As I'm missing like every shot, but like it genuinely feels nice because you have 4 dots like around like your center point, and it just like, it makes, lining up your shots and like hitting headshots very, very easy. It's not like my first choice by any means, but I could definitely see why somebody would use this reticle. And I think I have seen it in game before, maybe once or twice. Those people did, they popped off. But if you ask me, is it better than the simple dot? The answer is no. Nothing is ever going to be better than this crosshair right here because it's just so simple, and it's literally like, I'm not going to say it. I hate saying it, but this crosshair, as I'm missing, is literally aimbot. It's literally the best crosshair in the game, best for flicks, best for pretty much everything. I would say the plus sign, better for sprays, but like this crosshair, from an overall standpoint, it's just better. It's literally just better than everything else. Anyways though, that is pretty much going to be everything I have for today's video. If you guys did enjoy it and found it helpful, I would greatly appreciate it if you left a like and a comment letting me know what you thought. And if you are new around here, it never hurts to hit the subscribe button.
1 enemy remaining.
That's 3.
Last player standing.
Go, go, go! I'm out of here.